weeks gone and he thought he'd stop at Webb's and have him a drink before he went.
When this old world gets me down and there's no love to... She's faced the hardest times you could imagine.
Ever hear a song so catchy it gets stuck in your head for days, only to realize the artist behind it vanished into thin air? 1973 was packed with those magical moments, radio hits from names you barely heard again. From folk rock to funk and country to comedy, these one-hit wonders made their mark and then disappeared into music history. Let's rewind time and revisit 15 forgotten one-hit wonders from 1973. You'll remember the tune, maybe even a few words, but the names? Let's just say it's time to bring them back into the spotlight. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more nostalgic journeys into the music that defined the decades.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right.
Number 1, Stuck in the Middle with You, Stealers Wheel. It starts with a groove so familiar you might swear it's a Bob Dylan deep cut, but it's not. Stuck in the Middle with You by Stealers Wheel took 1973 by surprise. Written by Scottish duo Jerry Rafferty and Joe Egan, the song was born from their debut album and captured a unique blend of folk, pop, and satire. It quickly became a smash hit, reaching number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 8 in the UK.
And you started out with nothing and you're proud that you're a self-made man.
The lyrics, poking fun at the music industry's circus-like atmosphere, were matched with a cheerful tune that disguised its sharp critique. Though Rafferty would later find solo fame with Baker Street, Stealers Wheel never reached these heights again. But thanks to its unforgettable use in Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs, Stuck in the Middle with You still lives on, as catchy, weird, and unforgettable as ever.
We get it almost every night when that old moon gets big and bright.
Number 2, Dancing in the Moonlight, King Harvest. Imagine a perfect night where worries melt away and joy takes center stage. That's the world Dancing in the Moonlight built. Originally written by Sherman Kelly and recorded by his band Bafalongo, the song was re-recorded by a group of Cornell University musicians who became King Harvest. Their 1972 version didn't take off until it found its way into U.S. airwaves in early 1973.
Everybody here is out of sight. They don't bark and they don't bite. They keep...
And when it hit big, peaking at number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100. With its laid-back groove, warm harmonies, and uplifting message, it became an anthem for carefree evenings and feel-good memories. It wasn't just a hit, it was a mood. King Harvest never had another song take off quite the same way. But for millions, Dancing in the Moonlight is still the sound of a perfect night.
Oh, it was wider than wide. Dance.
Number 3, Brother Louie, Stories controversial, bold, and absolutely unforgettable. Brother Louie by Stories took 1973 head-on with a powerful message about race, love, and prejudice. Originally written and recorded by Hot Chocolate, was the American band Stories that brought it into the spotlight. Their version reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, staying there for 2 weeks and sending shockwaves through radio stations across the country.
It's good in the night, knowing what's wrong.
The song's raw storytelling and funk rock sound painted the emotional tale of an interracial couple facing opposition. Frontman Ian Lloyd's vocals delivered every word with urgency, while the band's tight groove carried the song's powerful theme. Stories never managed to replicate the hit, and they disbanded not long after. But Brother Louie remains one of 1973's most daring one-hit wonders, proving that sometimes music says what needs to be said.
Don't you know I have come a long, long way?
Number 4, My Maria, B.W. Stevenson. Before it was a 90s country staple, My Maria was a soft rock gem that first made hearts swell in 1973. Written by Stevenson alongside Daniel Moore, the original version climbed to number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 and spent 12 weeks on the top 40. Stevenson's warm vocals and Larry Carlton's shimmering guitar gave it that perfect blend of country soul and pop smoothness.
There was some blue and sorrow times. Just my thoughts.
It also topped the adult contemporary chart, bringing the name Maria into living rooms across America. Though Stevenson would go on to record more music, none of it caught fire like this Ode to Love. And while Brooks and Dunn's 1996 remake may have introduced the song to a new generation, it's Stevenson's heartfelt original that first stole the spotlight.
The week's gone and he thought he'd stop at Webb's and have him a drink before he went home to her.
Number 5. The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia, Vicki Lawrence. Best known for her comedy work on The Carol Burnett Show, Vicki Lawrence surprised everyone in 1973 with a chilling Southern Gothic murder ballad. Written by her then-husband Bobby Russell, The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia wove a gripping tale of betrayal, justice gone wrong, and a final twist that stunned listeners.
Thought his wife must have left town, so he went home and finally found the only thing Papa had left him.
Lawrence's haunting vocal performance drove the song straight to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Despite her TV fame, music wasn't Lawrence's main gig, and no follow-up single reached the same success. But her one and only chart topper proved she had the storytelling chops for something far darker than sketch comedy. The song has since been covered, sampled, and referenced across pop culture. But nothing hits quite like the original twist ending that left everyone in shock.
When this old world gets me down and there's no love to be found.
Number 6. Playground in My Mind, Clint Holmes. Some songs bring back memories of childhood with just a single note. Playground in My Mind is one of those songs. Released in late 1972, it didn't truly make its mark until the spring of 1973. Clint Holmes, a former vocalist for the U.S. Army Chorus, delivered this whimsical tune written by Paul Vance and Lee Pockris.
Close your eyes and follow me where the children laugh.
What made it stand out? That sing-along chorus, complete with a duet featuring Vance's 7-year-old son, Philip. It's a trip straight into nostalgic innocence, hopscotch, laughter, and the make-believe world of youth. The charm resonated. The song climbed all the way to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and even claimed the top spot in Canada. Despite the song's massive success, Clint Holmes never had another charting single. But Playground in My Mind secured its place in pop history as a gentle reminder of simpler times and dreams of candy-colored worlds. Number 7. Also Sprock Zerthustra, 2001, Diodato. You've heard the opening, you've seen the movie. But did you know it also became a funky chart hit? Brazilian musician Eumir Deodato took Richard Strauss's iconic classical composition and reimagined it with jazz fusion, electric pianos, and a full funk band. His 1973 version, simply titled Also Sprock Zarathustra, 2001, landed like a bolt of lightning. Propelled by its feature in the film 2001, A Space Odyssey, the single soared to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earned Deodato a Grammy for Best Pop Instrumental Performance. While Deodato had a respected career in jazz and production, this groovy take on classical grandeur was his only mainstream hit.
Candy came from out on the island in the back room.
Number 8. Walk on the Wild Side, Lou Reed, now for a song that pushed boundaries like no other. Walk on the Wild Side, released in late 1972 but gaining traction in 1973, was Lou Reed's haunting melodic tribute to the colorful characters of Andy Warhol's New York scene. Produced by David Bowie and Mick Ronson, the track was part jazz, part glam, and all attitude.
A hustle here and a hustle there. New York City is the place where they said, hey babe.
With a hypnotic bass line, Reed introduced the world to real-life figures like Holly, Candy, and Jackie, individuals navigating identity, sexuality, and survival in a world that didn't always accept them. It reached number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became a signature song for Reed, who was already a legend in underground rock thanks to the Velvet Underground. While Lou Reed's influence is massive, this was his only real solo hit on the charts.
Did you know I'd go to sleep and leave the lights on?
Number 9. The Last Song, Edward Bear. Few tracks hit the heart like a farewell done right. The Last Song by Canadian band Edward Bear told the story of longing and realization. Written and sung by drummer Larry Evoy, the track captured the emotional moment of waiting for someone who will never return, until finally turning off the light.
Been wondering where you are. Always knew the time would come.
Released in late 1972, it made its mark in 1973, reaching number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and climbing to number 1 in Canada. It was soft rock at its finest, Tender piano chords, understated vocals, and a storyline that felt deeply personal. The single went gold, selling over 1 million copies. Edward Bear would chart again in Canada, but internationally, the last song would be their lone success.
She's faced the hardest times you could imagine.
Number 10. Wildflower, Skylark. Wildflower by Skylark is the kind of song that sneaks up on you and then stays with you forever. Written by Doug Edwards and poet Dave Richardson, this Canadian soft rock ballad told the story of a woman who's endured pain and still stands strong. Its message of resilience, beauty, and quiet courage struck a chord with listeners. Released in early 1973, it reached number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became a staple on soft rock stations for years to come.
For she's a lady. Let her dream.
What made Wildflower stand out was its poetic grace, each line painting a picture, each note lingering like a breeze through tall grass. Though Skylark never had another major hit, Wildflower has been covered by dozens of artists and sampled across genres. Its delicate melody and empowering lyrics made it more than just a one-hit wonder. It became a modern hymn of survival. Number 11. Hocus Pocus by Focus. When it comes to blending sheer musical talent with complete unpredictability, nothing tops Hocus Pocus by the Dutch rock band Focus. This high-octane roller coaster of a song fused progressive rock, hard rock, classical riffs, and yes, yodeling. Originally released in 1971, it didn't hit the US charts until 1973, where it surprised everyone by reaching number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. With Jan Ackerman's fiery guitar solos and Thijs van Leer switching between flute, keyboard, and falsetto yodeling, the track stood out from anything else on the radio. It was as theatrical as it was technical. Despite Focus's success in the prog rock world, Hocus Pocus was their only major US hit. But that wild whirlwind of a song, it still gets air guitar treatment to this day. Number 12. Pillow Talk, Sylvia. Sultry smooth and way ahead of its time. Pillow Talk was a bold declaration in 1973. Sylvia Robinson, who later helped launch hip-hop with Sugar Hill Records, wrote and performed this R&B slow jam herself after Al Green turned it down for being too suggestive. That decision? Sylvia's gain. Released in March 1973, Pillow Talk climbed to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and claimed the number 1 spot on the R&B charts. It was one of the earliest mainstream tracks to blend sensual whispers, moaning vocals, and lush arrangements, paving the way for disco and R&B to come. Sylvia didn't land another pop hit, but with Pillow Talk, she redefined what radio intimacy sounded like.
Oh, darling, after all this time,
Number 13. Leaving Me, The Independents. Before there was Quiet Storm Radio, there was Leaving Me. This soul ballad by The Independents, co-written by group members Chuck Jackson and Marvin Yancey, delivered heartbreak with raw honesty and smooth harmonies. It tells the story of a man reeling from abandonment, holding on to emotion one note at a time.
avoiding my conversations, you would turn on the TV.
Released in early 1973, the song topped the R&B charts and hit number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100. It also earned a gold certification for selling over 1 million copies. While the Independents never found another crossover hit, Leaving Me became a classic in soul music circles.
Crossing the highway late last night, he should've looked left and he should've...
Number 14, Dead Skunk, Loudon Wainwright III. And now for something completely different. Dead Skunk by Loudon Wainwright III is equal parts novelty and folk satire. Inspired by an actual roadside run-in with a skunk, Wainwright penned the song in about 15 minutes. And somehow, it took off. Released in late 1972, it gained momentum and reached number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1973.
You dead cat and you got your dead dog. On a moonlight night, you got your dead toad frog.
The lyrics are straightforward and hilarious. There's a skunk, it's dead, and it stinks. That's it. But paired with banjo, fiddle, and an infectious chorus, it became a surprise hit. Wainwright would go on to have a long and respected career in folk and comedy music. But Dead Skunk remains his only major pop chart success. Sometimes you just gotta follow your nose.
I'll give you a daisy a day, dear. I'll give you a daisy.
Number 15, Daisy a Day, Judd Strunk, closing out the list with a love story that spans lifetimes. Daisy a Day by Judd Strunk is a tender country pop ballad about lifelong devotion. Released in late 1972, it became a heartfelt favorite in 1973, peaking at number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 4 on the Adult Contemporary chart.
And the four winds we know blow away.
The lyrics paint a simple yet powerful image, a man giving his beloved a daisy every day, even after she's gone. The song resonated globally, reaching number 1 in Australia and number 3 in Canada. Judd Strunk never replicated the song's success on the charts, but Daisy a Day found a forever home at weddings, anniversaries, and memorials. Love may fade from the airwaves, but this one lingers in the heart. And there you have it, 15 forgotten one-hit wonders from 1973. From disco grooves and soft rock ballads to novelty tracks and progressive yodeling solos, these songs left their mark, even if the artists never returned to the top of the charts. Which one took you back? Which one did you forget you loved? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more nostalgic journeys into the music that defined the decades. Until next time, keep spinning those records and keep the memories alive. This is Flashback America.